Hi. Long time no see. How have you been? A lot of things are happening in my lab. This is the one. the old 1950s German radio named Stradivari. Looks like the audio level might be a little bit high. I still haven't really calibrated it to perfection. Let's change the view. So I've got this little Kio Pro camera pointing at the radio. Maybe I should put it a tiny bit higher. It has a stand. So I've been working on this radio for like a month now. One moment please, let me fix one thing up with the mic. Yeah. Bob's your uncle. So I've got this radio in from my customer. It's been quite a fight to get it working again. Still not perfect. I still have to calibrate the input and second stage high frequency circuits. Today I got the local oscillator right, almost perfect, but I still have to get the filters to the precise tuning point. I got the intermediate frequency working again. It should pick up Polish Radio 1, but seems like it doesn't. Maybe it's because of the sorry excuse for an antenna. I use a piece of stranded wire hooked up to the antenna connection. It's a sorry excuse for an antenna, not the real deal, not what Mr. Carlson has. But I don't have facilities like Mr. Carlson's lab. He must be doing it on a way bigger budget than mine. Mine is always tighter than Evergrinder's laces. So any Patreon support would be much appreciated. I'm not sure if I mentioned it on a live stream, but Fran is my patron now. I'm so happy to have her. Hey Nick, and hey Vampy. Nice to know you also love the old radios. Also, I've got a Iskra 111 calculator. Now fully restored. divide by 0 equals discombobulation. I always test calculators by dividing pi by 0 and seeing what happens. Yeah, Nick, I have fully kept the internals of the radio, restored them as a matter of fact, because this is the Kerry way. Restoring antique electronics, not putting any modern rubbish in it. Like, if I have a interface to the radio, like a phono input, let me get a better view on this thing. Damn it, kitty. The cat is at it again, but like I will go over. This cable has to go. I will go over the controls on the panel. Here we've got the volume knob and the ferrite antenna. This thing has an internal ferrite antenna for the long and medium waves. There's the bass control, treble control, and this is the tuning knob. What's interesting is that this tuning knob is controls separate tuning mechanisms for the AM and FM sections. So if I have it on AM, it won't touch the FM station. The keys aus, it means ausgeschalten. It's off. TA Tonabnehmer. That's the phono pickup. FA, this is the ferrite antenna. That's the ferrite antenna. L, those are the long waves, medium waves. K1, K2, K3, those are the Kurzwellen, short waves. And UKA, that means ultra Kurzwellen. That's ultra short waves. That's how we call them in Europe. Back in the day, people used the ultra short waves term based on the wavelength and frequency, rather than FM based on modulation. So in Poland, this would be UKF, ultra krótkie fale. So let's turn on the FM. Turn it up. Tune to some station. We got a station playing pretty nice. And now if we switch to any range on AM, change the station to something different, go back to FM, see, it's the same. Then the control for the FM and AM parts, it's separate. Quite a nice bit of mechanical engineering in this thing. those 1950s radios, they were a thing of beauty, especially the high-end radios. Like Stradivari, I think that this was either the best radio or the second best radio made in the German Democratic Republic. Not that much in common with democracy, but they still had great engineering, and they made excellent radios. The other radio I was talking about, either the best or the second best, was Beethoven, and that's one beast of a radio. Let me just mention that Beethoven, contrary to Stradivari, it has separate power amplifiers for the bass speaker and for the mid-range and treble speaker. Like one of those power amplifiers is a push-pull EL84, and the other one is single-ended EL84. Most of the radios in that time they had either ECL 82 or ECL 86 or EL84 single-ended. There, it was very rare to see a radio that had a push-pull amplifier. So, what's inside? Let me go over this thing from the back. Iskra power cable is getting into the way again. So let's get a better view. So right here we've got the chassis of the radio. This would be the symmetrical 300 ohms antenna for the FM part. Here we've got a FM tuner with an ECC85 vacuum tube. This tuner is inductively tuned rather than capacitively. It has a variable inductance that has a cord that moves back and forth in the solenoid. Maybe I can get a better view. Just a teeny tiny bit from above. Let's disconnect the antenna. Oh, and now I'm turning the ferrite antenna knob. This is also pretty remarkable that the ferrite antenna is not fixed. It can be turned because this antenna is polarized and it's directional, like the Yagi-Uda antennas you'll find in amateur radio and also terrestrial television. So you can turn it around in almost 360 degrees, though 180 should be enough to have a full coverage. And back to the FM tuner. let me turn on the FM, because this engages the tuning mechanism. And let me turn the tuning knob. If you take a closer look, this is the part of the mechanism that tunes the FM part. It is it engages with a spiral surface on a spiral groove on a wheel actuated by the tuning mechanism. And what it does, it's just a lever that pushes and pulls the cores out of the solenoids. Pretty clever. Yeah, nothing like the glow of valves, fermionic valves. Not converted it to a Bluetooth speaker. Oh, fuck me gently with a chainsaw. If someone does it, I'm gonna rip their I'm gonna rip their limbs apart. Hi Chipmunk, and hi Zdzisiak. Yeah, this radio is well kept inside because I restored it. It was very dirty when I got it on my bench. I cleaned it thoroughly and cleaned it with a brush and with compressed air. And then there was some recapping, of course, and a lot of tuning. And while I'm at it, let me go over the parts in the radio. What's on the chassis, you might ask? So this would be the AM mechanism for tuning. Let me turn the tuning knob. You could see the tuning capacitor opening. In this position, this is the minimal capacitance and maximum frequency on the tank circuits. And when working on radios, you have to be extra careful not to cause a short circuit by bending the outer plates on the tuning capacitor. And if that happens, this pulls down the entire section, be it local oscillator or the input circuits, input filters. This radio actually has both an input filter and then an high frequency amplifier, and then the filter before the mixer, right between the amplifier and the mixer. This tube, EF89, this is the radio frequency preamplifier, and it has the tuned circuits on its input and output side. This tube would be the mixer and oscillator. This is ECH81. And strangely enough, it also doubles as a 10.7 megahertz intermediate frequency amplifier for the FM section. This is the first intermediate frequency filter. It has two filters in it, two pairs of coupled filters tuned by moving the slug, the core in a solenoid. When you tune those filters, you'd best use a high frequency generator tuned to the precise intermediate frequency and tune to the maximum, and then detune this slightly to have somewhat lower quality but higher bandwidth. You can't go down too much because the bandwidth passed by the tuner will be too wide, and this will reduce the selectivity of the radio. It's best to have a wobulator to help you decide the characteristic of the filter. So this, curiously enough, this filter, as well as this, but not this and not this, it has two separate pairs of filters. One is for the 10.7 megahertz intermediate frequency on the FM section, and the other one is for the 468 kilohertz intermediate frequency on the AM section. 468. This is where I went wrong, because when I was working on this radio, I first tried tuning the intermediate frequency to 440 kilohertz, like it was stated in the service manual. But then I noticed the stamps, the markings on the chassis. "468. That's pretty anomalous. It doesn't go together with the service manual. Sometimes you have those peculiarities in the equipment you work on, and you have to be careful. So this, let's move out the FM antenna. So those would be the AM plus FM double filter, but this filter would be AM only, and this filter would be FM only, with a detector and then the modulator for FM, and this EABC80 vacuum tube. It's quite an interesting combination. It's a triode and a single diode and a double diode. They crammed so much in a single tube. This is EBF80. This is a double diode and a pentode. And this one is the AM demodulator and amplifier. This would be EF89 high frequency amplifier. There's also an ECC83, your typical audio preamp tube, and a pair of EL84s. And the biggest of them all, the AZ11 rectifier tube, directly heated. There's also the Magic Eye, originally EM80. I replaced it with EM81 because I had one in an excellent condition. Okay, time to read the chat because there's a lot of new stuff going on there. Reading the chat. Yeah, Vampy, all your radios are original inside. That's a good thing. Bluetooth module and a mini FM or AM transmitter. This is not actually converting an old radio to a Bluetooth speaker, it's just adding an adapter without modifying the radio, so that would be the good way. That is what I would endorse. Yeah, clever way to mount the antenna. Astraverka. I don't think I ever heard about that company. Meow. Coco is at it again. Oh yeah, setting up a transmitter that accepts sound for a Bluetooth receiver so that you can fire up any of your radios. That would be a pretty nice idea if you have a collection of radios. You could tune them to the station that's your transmitter, and the transmitter doesn't have to be powerful. It's better not if it's powerful, because otherwise you could have problems with the regulatory bodies like FCC or UKE, Urząd Komunikacji Elektronicznej in Poland. But yeah, low power, short range transmitting, especially if you have a house, this could be a good idea. Yes, the original construction is a time document to preserve. Indeed, this is preserving history. This is keeping the old gear up and running and original. Not the thing I did with this, but the idea of using the power supply that has original look and feel, but is far more reliable than in the original. This is also my way. Hey, Mr. Eggcake. Yeah, wobulator. This is used in Poland as a proper name for the test equipment. It's basically two generators, the sweeping generator and the high frequency generator, and an oscilloscope. And how this works is that you have a voltage controlled high frequency oscillator that has its output feeding into the device under test. Then you feed the output of the device under test into the Y input, the vertical amplifier of the oscilloscope, while also putting the scope in the XY mode and putting the control voltage into the horizontal input of the scope. And then the sweeping generator controls the change of the frequency that you feed into the device under test. It changes periodically. Most of the time this is a ramp or a sawtooth signal, sawtooth waveform like you have in horizontal deflection in the scope. So you just change the frequency in a predefined range and test the device's response to the frequency. So you can have a output level versus frequency characteristic curve, and this is mighty useful for testing filters and amplifiers and all that kind of stuff, especially if those are resonant filters like you see here. Then you can tune the filter to the desired frequency and shape of the characteristic. Okay, what's next? Yeah, wobulator it's not a made-up term. Well, as a matter of fact, all the terms are made up, but yeah, it's a pretty acknowledged term. Modulating the radio frequency into a cyclotron. Interesting. So many live streams. No FranLab stream. So you have mine. If there was a FranLab stream, I would definitely moderate on that stream rather than running my own. Oh, it's past waffle time and I don't have the waffling chemicals at hand. One moment, please. Let me go and grab some. Fran doesn't waffle. Guess all those fire shenanigans in her buildings. Right, I can't find my Zippo. So, waffle time. Yeah. That's better. That's more like it. Still reading the chat. Big tube, yeah, the rectifier. You call this a big tube? This is a big tube. Fran has a stream starting in about 30 minutes. Oh, that's interesting. Holy moly. I was gonna go on for 2 hours. Looks like I will have to end earlier. But yeah, showing this lovely radio. That was the objective of the stream. Hanging out. That sounded wrong. Sticking it inside me. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. I guess that Fran could have gotten a message from me on Patreon whenever I write a post. It usually goes out to my patrons, but it only depends whether they pick it up or not. You can bring a horse to a river, but you won't make it drink, right? Hey, Lackwater. Yeah, there's one apparently. Now I checked and yes, true. Maybe I should post a link in that subscribers only mode. I'll post I'll post a link to my stream, though. Yeah, maybe Fran will visit my stream. That would be so nice. That would be so nice to have Fran here. That would make me very, very happy. If Crocodile Dundee was a nerd, that's not a job. No, that's a big job. Charging non-reusable vapes, yeah. Prefers waffles. Maybe not Waffen. But as for the sweets, all your licorice are belong to us. If you have licorice, you can send me any quantity. I absolutely love that stuff. Licorice. Maybe I should switch to a browser and actually pick up Fran's stream and restream it on mine. Nah. Yeah, discarded vapes. That reminds me of a bunch of Big Clive videos where he found a lot of disposable vapes with lithium-ion batteries inside that were still good. Such a friggin' waste. Like, who even does this stuff that, lithium is so rare, and there's a high demand because almost all consumer electronics use lithium-ion or lithium iron polymer. Lithium iron phosphate, or lithium polymer. But putting those batteries into disposable things, it's just an absolute waste of material, and the business people, the engineers, really have to be more considerate of the non-renewable resources on Earth, because this is rare, and this will be rare, and this is all needed elsewhere, like in electric cars and in UPSs and all applications that call for high energy density, that using lithium-ion cells in vapes, this is so wasteful. It's not so much of a problem if we are talking rechargeable batteries, non-disposable vapes, but if we're talking disposable ones, no, fuck no. Let's not go there. This is so wrong. This should end. Hopefully the sodium ion cells might be a game changer in the battery industry. Like, I think I saw some article about that on Life Science, and chances are that Sabine Hossenfelder also talked about it. And I think that if viable sodium-ion batteries are developed, with sodium being very, very common, almost ubiquitous, you find sodium in salt in ocean seas, so getting large amounts of sodium, it won't be a problem. I think that the problem would be what to do with the chlorine from the salt. If you need sodium, you have to put chlorine somewhere else, and as we all know, chlorine as a gas, it's toxic, and it's probably the only way to start chlorine safely. It would be in ionized form as salts, or maybe use it in hydrochloric acid. That's a different problem to solve. That's more in the domain of chemical technology. So yeah, what's reading the chat? No, Bob, it's not 4-1000. It's the Tesla ZD1000F. The real deal Tesla from Czechoslovakia, not the elongated muskrat rubbish. Oh, Nick, I really think that I should do an updated lab tour video. There was a lab tour video from last year, but I guess that's with the old bench. The bench is busy now. There's always some project going on in the lab. Again. The Commodore brick, yeah. That's for the rant about discarded vapes, yeah. Discharge them to 3.5 volts. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so chlorine could be recycled into muriatic acid, of course, because this is one of the most common and widely used acid, and being a chemist by education, I perfectly know that. Though I specialized in polymer chemistry when I was studying. So lots of organic stuff. And I wrote my master's thesis about obtaining the novel cosmetic pigments by microencapsulation. Microencapsulation is it's the process of creating a plastic film on an interface between two liquids, not non-miscible liquids like a aqueous phase and organic phase. Yeah, great things, great minds think alike. Yeah, if I collect enough. Yeah, BMS for thousands of teeny tiny cells. That would be an engineering challenge, for sure. Oh, Bob, you specialized in analytical chemistry. By the way, speaking of analytical chemistry, not sure if I can show it to you right now, but holy hell, this is gonna be cumbersome. Yeah. It's discombobulating. But let me try. You might hear some noise because I switched to the microphone in the camera. But this is actually used for analytical chemistry. Let's say, let me put the stand down. So, FriendLab stream is about to start. So, the Speckle 11, this is a spectrophotometer. I got it from my friends who once squatted in a chemical lab. I knew it from my studies. And I'm gonna make a video about it someday. All kinds of weird stuff at Keritech. And right next to the spectrophotometer, I got a mirror galvanometer. Also gonna make a video about it. It's up there next to the yellow tray. Alright, FriendLab stream starting in 2 minutes 10 seconds. I really should change the settings. Just let me go to the YouTube studio, to the control room of the stream. Alright, let's edit this. redirect. So this is the one from your subscribed channels. How FranLab Live Bench Fun Edition. Redirect privilege is needed. So I would have to ask Fran about whether I could direct the viewers from my stream to hers. But you can still do it the manual way. I will post the link to Fran's stream in the chat right now. And see you at FranLab. Awkward moment, and I'm teleporting.